Have you ever noticed how girls are only girls when it comes to toxic or hoish behavior? Now the girls are justifying homicide. I'm talking premeditated unaliving.
That's why your mom died. I've seen a couple TikToks of that girl that killed that manager at the McDonald's. She had been posting TikToks before this happened, and she expressed her concern and how tired she was of this girl bullying her. This lady was harassing her. She was bullying her. She was sending her home early every day.
So that was an excuse to murder her. Get a new job. This is what y'all have done. Since y'all are so allergic to accountability, somebody's mom is dead now.
She even went on her day off to make up for some hours. She's a manager. She's the one that has to approve for her to go on her day off to make up hours. And when she got there, she sent her home. You don't treat people like that. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people...
Sounds like you had a horrible boss. I've had lots of horrible bosses in my life. It doesn't justify homicide.
Went through, and you don't know when people are gonna snap. You got all these kids and you left all your kids because you couldn't just be fucking nice to someone.
So now we're victim blaming? I thought we didn't victim blame, especially when the victim's a woman.
You couldn't just be nice, a good fucking human being. You couldn't do it. I'm not glad that happened to her. I don't think anybody has a right to take someone's life. You didn't give life, God did, so you don't take it. But this is a perfect example of what can happen if you're a shitty person. I'm not saying...
This is pure evil. We're talking about a homicide. And we justifying a homicide because she was bullied. So when a kid shoots up a school because he was bullied, that's just wrong. But if a girl commits a homicide because she was bullied, the victim gets blamed. All right.
I'm not saying she was a shitty person. I'm saying it looks like she was taking advantage of her position of manager at that McDonald's. I don't think she planned it. I don't think she's gonna go to prison for the rest of her life. She'll probably get manslaughter. I think she was tired of the bullshit and didn't.
All right. So now she shouldn't go to prison for the rest of her life. She just took some kid's mama. She just took some kid's mama because she was bullied at work. But she don't deserve to go to prison for the rest of her life because she's a girl. You know, my sister, the one who lost her kid to the state, when she was 4, when the neighbor found her outside at 1 o'clock in the morning with no shoes on. Y'all know last year when she was embarrassed about the fact that she lost her kid to the state back in 2018, she reached out to a bitch-made ass nigga who called himself the Saint in the Center in an attempt to defame me by lying. She said that she lost her kid to the state because I kept making phone calls. Well, anybody with a brain knows it doesn't matter how many phone calls somebody makes. It don't matter what they said in them phone calls. They have to come check in your crib first before they take your kid. You lost your kid to the state because she was found outside at 1 o'clock in the morning walking around with no shoes on as a 4-year-old, you dumbass bitch. Furthermore, she went on to say when she was about 12, 13, and I was about 15, 16, I came into her room, baby oiled up, stood over her with an erection, and then walked away after smirking a weird smirk. The smirkiest smirk. I just stared at her menacingly and then walked away. Luckily for me, she told a big ass lie before she told that lie within the same interview. Luckily for me, my sister is not very good at masking how crazy she is to people who are not willing to submit to her delusional world just to get along with her. That being said, that same girl, a couple of years before losing her kid to the state, she went to go pick up her boyfriend one day after work. She was a stripper, so she's picking him up after stripper hours because she can't date a guy with a car. So she goes to pick him up fresh off that pole, and he didn't want to argue from out south all the way to out west. So he got out the car. So she ran him over. That's the end of the story. There's no more details. They charged her with attempted murder, but since he was an idiot and kept coming to court saying, "Nah, Your Honor, it wasn't like that." Cuz had a broken top bone in his leg, I forget what that's called. He had a punctured lungs, broken ribs, internal bleeding, all types. He almost passed away. That's why they charged her with attempted murder. She ended up doing like 11 months in the county. I don't know what little baby slap on the wrist charge they gave her. And you know, the only reason that was possible is because somebody kept picking his black ass up and bringing him to court. Because Lord knows his family wasn't going to bring him to court. But this lady is correct. The courts will go easier on this woman for a homicide simply because she's a woman. I've seen women get off for insanity after unaliving their own children because a jury doesn't want to believe that a woman could do that without being crazy, or there had to be a reason. No, she was just evil.
Men are evil.
Y'all love to talk about how evil men are, but men will tell you the most unspeakable acts of evil that they have ever seen. 95% of the time, a woman. Now, of course, there are good women out here. Of course, there are great women out here. But we talking about the fact that y'all always talking about how evil men are. More importantly, women don't even realize that the internet is letting us know how evil they are. If a girl tells you that she's a girl's girl, that's the biggest red flag in the world, because girls only support girls when they're doing unhealthy, hoish, toxic, or just plain evil activity. This is her moments before she did what she did.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all.
You work at McDonald. You work at McDonald's. You work at McDonald's. Bitch, if you don't just go get a new job, if your manager is that bad, go get a new job. I am convinced that y'all are A, goofy, and B, addicted to the suffering. I would never, ever stay at a job with a horrible boss if they are not paying me life-changing money. And all due respect to McDonald's. But I know for a fact, if you're a regular employee, you are not making no life-changing money around there. Bitch, if you don't go get a new job, anybody, man, woman, child, gentleman, lady, asshole, or bitch, if you hate your job and they're not paying you life-changing money, go get a new job. Don't commit a homicide.
Oh, like seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps saying her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on like putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of...
Go get a new job. And I could tell you crazy based on your hair, girl. Bobs are a sign of mental illness. Jesus Christ, why would you do this to yourself? This girl is clearly crazy and deserves to be locked up. But she's a girl. There has to be a reason. When men are crazy and they just commit homicide, nobody cares. They just throw away the key.
Negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So her, all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping up.
There's no justification for homicide here. We're talking about a homicide over burgers and fries and bad energy. You can just go get a new job. This is the video that women watched online and then went and made TikTok saying, you gotta watch how you treat people because something bad might happen to you. Because, you know, we gotta be girls. Y'all remember that video I posted a little while ago of the wedding rings? And the women were so upset in the comment section. You see, you're not girls when it comes to girls doing traditionally good things. If a girl says she's a virgin and she's saving herself for her husband, the women are going to come for it. They're going to be like, why would you do that? There's a video I recently seen on TikTok. This girl, her whole personality is about being in an age gap relationship. And in the video, the husband was talking about her spending and how she's ridiculous. And the comment section was flooded with women saying, you need to leave that man. Girls.
And that girl that stabbed her McDonald's manager to death, the one that had 6 children, rest her soul, that's the perfect example to leave people alone. You
see? The justification for this homicide. Y'all sound like police officers, defense attorneys when they talk about a justifiable homicide. Leave people alone or they will unalive you. Not have some self-control, man. On the internet, women don't have to have accountability, self-control, none of that shit. And don't let the internet fool you, y'all. There are plenty of women out here in these streets who feel like, A, this dumbass girl should have just got a new job, and B, you committed a homicide. You killed a mother of 6 because of your feelings. Newsflash, when you're the manager, you're allowed to be an asshole. You're allowed to be a bitch. I'm not saying you're supposed to be. Nobody wants to work for a boss like that. But you can be whatever you want to be when you run shit. And don't get it twisted. By no means am I saying anybody should bully anybody, especially as a manager or a job. But none of this justifies homicide. This was not self-defense. This is premeditated murder. That shows you how crazy and evil so many women can be. Do y'all not forget? Do y'all not remember that when Tory Lanez was stabbed up 14 times, there were women who created a GoFundMe and gave thousands of dollars to the man who stabbed up Tory Lanez without even realizing, or they didn't care about the fact that he was in jail for slaughtering his statutory rape victim. Any girl who self-identifies as a girl's girl is evil. Because y'all are only girls when it comes to unhealthy, horrible, toxic, vicious, or whorish energy.
Just because you go to work and you at your work does not make you safe. Okay, just recently, some girl got killed at the gas station in California, Hollywood, California, I believe, at a 7-Eleven. Her manager killed her, beat her to death. And that's not the same situation, because I believe for this girl at this McDonald's, the girl at the McDonald's said that the manager was bullying her. Listen, we live in very trying times. We live in very, hard times, and you don't know what type of mental state people are already in. You don't know what lengths people will go to. You never underestimate the lengths somebody will go to take their anger out on you. If it doesn't have to be an argument, don't make it an argument. And you bitter hoes, you messy bitches that go around starting shit, talking about everybody, stalking folks, trying to get mad about it.
I like how she's describing very negative women. And she didn't say that bitter hoe. She said you bitter hoes, and described all these negative, horrible things that women can be. Now imagine being in a relationship with one of those. Women know for a fact women are evil. And any woman who is victim blaming right now is pure evil. Because every single man will tell you bullying does not justify homicide, especially as an adult. Every man has had a boss he's hated. You suck it up or you get a new job. What the fuck are we even talking about here? I'll tell you what we're talking about here. This is y'all's champion. This is the girl who y'all are making so many excuses for. Sitting around trying to do some damn telekinesis. What the fuck are we even talking about here? Rest in peace to that lady.